Welcome to JCCR Racing, where the goal of the channel is to learn and grow together, and we're going to be doing exactly that tonight, learning and growing. And part of this learning and growing for Gran Turismo 7, or any sim racer, is how to deal with a little bit of infighting. So a little bit of infighting. We're fighting to get into the B class. You can see there's some B class racers there, and when you're getting into a new league, you're right before getting in, you're going to be pitted up against the worst drivers of that league. So C rating for safety is pretty darn low. It's going to provide a certain challenge, and that's why we're going to be using the GTR. We're trying out different cars to find out what the best car is for this week's race. And I think the GTR might just be the car that we need to make some successful laps, races, and get successful results. Because, well, the 911 and the Ferrari are just getting pushed around a little too much, especially lap 1, lap 2. So we're going to take it easy in the GTR. I don't know if I can pull off the same type of lap I can in my consistent car, just like you might be a little slower taking something like the GTR compared to your regular consistent car. But one thing is for sure, we're going to have a stable car that can take a hit. This thing can, take a pounding and just keep ticking. So let's see how this works out. We've tried the Ferrari 458. We've tried the Porsche 911, which we got our best results with. We tried the Viper. And I thank you, Ronan. I'm going to need that good luck. So howdy, Ronan. Thank you so much for making it in. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up in lobbies. I always like to, now, lately, I'm actually really enjoying getting a little bit of lap time. If I get podium, we'll race again. If I don't get podium, we'll start up a really nice lobby where the racing will be clean. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a great learning experience for those racing and for those watching, because we'll get to see A racers and B racers fly by us. What are their defensive skills? What are their passing skills? We'll be exhibiting a lot of patience when they pass, of course. So the GTR, we can rev this thing out. I don't know when we need to go from 5th into 6th. I haven't tested out its peak. So I should have gotten in defending this turn. But one thing's for sure, the GTR is great at taking a little grass on the tires. It's great at taking a hit, and should never be early shifted the way I just did. But I think this is going to be a great car for this race. Try not to make contact and make enemies with anyone here. Lost a little time going a little through the grass there. So lap 1, we need to be all about that defensive driving. Not so much about trying to get that perfect line the way you do when you're qualifying. So let's hug these apexes. Middle track or more as we approach the apex. So we're not going to go from the complete outside to the complete inside until lap probably 3. First 2 fighting laps. Fight through the first 2 laps. I don't think I can, if I take any more of that apex, the time penalty will be so drastic that it'll seem more like we've been put in jail. So that's about as much as we can take of the apex. And let's see, we got a 0.7 lead on the car behind us, but at the end of the straightaway, they could always come and spear us into another stratosphere. So the debate when you've got a long straightaway and 0.7 lead is, do you take the middle and go defensively, or... And I missed the apex altogether. Sorry about that, folks. Not a very good demonstration that time along. Super doofus. Howdy, buddy. Thanks for making it in. Probably get lobbies going right after this. Some nice clean lobby races. We've got takers. But first, let's try out the Nissan GTR in the weekly race. Dano, good evening. Thank you so much for making it in. Howdy, friend. So... everyone has their consistent car, and if it's not a car that's going to get beaten around on the weekly race, it's probably a car you want to use. You might want to consider getting consistent with the BMW, the Mercedes AMG, or the Nissan GTR, because they are absolute tanks. We've had people come and hit us and bounce off the car and go into the wall on Highway 1. different behavior than the 911. I just gotta adapt. So after hitting the wall early on like that, good time to go in and get out of the traffic. And tires, yes, probably do want to switch up because it's a little rough trying to get through all these laps with the same set of tires. At least 2 laps, maybe right time to pit would have been lap 3. Cheers, folks. Little thirsty Thursday races, and yes, some of these cars are thirsty for positions and will spear you into another stratosphere to get the position. So we're gonna pit early. Really, the 911 is just incredible how you can lay down hard on the throttle, coming out corners, and it just sticks the track. Well, thank you very much, Ronan. It's just so different. The 911, you can really hammer down on the throttle coming out of most turns, and the car still, still is glued. It goes in the direction you're pointing it. Like here with the front engine, I'm finding that if we're too hard on the throttle, the car seems to not turn in quite as much as that 911. Alright, so we're in 15th. Got no one to worry about. We can just do laps like we're doing qualifying laps. So no need to defend, no need to worry about getting hit. And if your consistent car is a bit of a weakling when it comes to getting hit, well, you can always hit early on deep forest. And then you get about 5-6 laps on your own. Trail brake to the apex. Shift up into second and get onto the throttle once we get to the marker on the apex. It's nice, someone else pitted early, so hopefully they're not a battler, and we can just have some nice back and forth. Also okay if we just pass them, and then don't have any back and forth, but we're not last, because we didn't quit. Someone's already quit the race. They're not going to be improving if they're quitting. Mega Dad getting a 128.2. Halo paying off what's probably a big penalty. What is this? Speak of Camaro. I don't mind Camaro so much. It's just real world driving is a little tough because of the lack of visibility. Interesting and cool design. Not a great car when it comes to visibility. Shift back in a second, take off at the apex. More SUVs. I really don't feel like I need more SUVs in a racing game. SUVs and racing don't seem to, for me, don't fit well together. SUVs are great in the real world, absolutely. My wife really prefers SUVs, so here's the question. Would you get an Audi S3 as a winter car? I'm considering maybe selling my 911 so we can get a used Porsche Cayenne with the V8 and ideally a GTS, so a turbo V8, but we'll see. Or would you go and get an Audi S3 which of those two vehicles used would you get? Throwing the question out. Yes, love it. Philness, how are you? I love the term chatters. Yes, it's the JCCR Racing Pit crew. Here to talk cars, talk track, learn and grow together, and with your help, I often get a few seconds faster, 2 to 5 seconds faster per lap every week. And it is Phil, the legendary livery maker Phil. Check out his channel, check out his liveries, and his racing is fantastic as well. Yeah, we're getting smoother. This should be a fast lap. Safe and smooth is fast. Get the SS drives up to 7. And yes, folks, check out Philness GT's channel. Check out Super Doofus's channel. Super Doofus, thank you so much for becoming a member and sponsoring the channel. Same to Incognito and Ricky Res Racer. This Nissan GTR is fantastic. It seems always so solid, under control, goes where you want it to, doesn't lose control, but doesn't have the turning of the Ferrari 458 or the 911. Doesn't have the glued, train on tracks sensation coming out of turns as the 911. We'll lose that good half second because of that on the lap time, but can we stay in the 130s? I want to get this down to the 129s during the race. So folks, would a lobby race right after this one interest you? Deep course, I'm not fast enough to be getting podium. When we do get a racetrack, or when you get a racetrack where you're pulling podium, make the time, rinse and repeat, and you will get into a higher driver lead. But then there will be major discrepancies between your best race and worst race. You might miss out driving as much to not get kicked into a lower league. Sometimes not caring and just driving is the best option. Oh, very cool. I already thought Mustang Drifter was a JCCR racer. He's always around, which is great. Folks, don't forget you got Sim League Pro. Tom Super Doofus has created a Sim League Pro, so check out the website. You can sign up and start racing with us on a competitive level where we've got points, sort of like a long tournament base. It's like a season of racing. So check that out. And Philness has created a Discord where we can all meet and chat outside of these lives. There we go. Easily be in the 130s this time. Should be. I haven't seen little... We can get to this in the 156 range. Okay, so not a nice easy 130. It's probably a 131. Now, anytime you're racing, you gotta assess where you're slow. So I think I was slow on the first part of the track here. And that's what's gonna put us in the 131s. Or 130.5. Let's nail turn 1, trail brake to the apex, and get back on the throttle. Right on or before the marker. Yeah, the community and crew is growing, which I love to see, because more members, more subscribers, more members, more JCCR racers means, well, more knowledge, more people, more knowledge, and more power. More subscribers, we can do more interesting, costly things with the channel. We've written off as business expenses, like I have for Johnny's Car Care and reviews. Aussie Racing, hey mate, running your livery here on the Nissan GTR. Trying to get down in the 129s here. Porsche 911 time, I think I have a 128.8. And I picked the GTR because it's, well, just incredibly solid. Can take a hit, can take a bit of grass, reduce chances of spin out, slide out, crash out. This Nissan GTR is not a victim of bullying. And when it is, it can certainly take it. It doesn't feel like bullying when cars come in on a straightaway, come to give you a spear into the side of the car and bounce off and go into the wall. Cracked me up when that happened on one of our races on Highway 1. But he thought he was the main character in the story, and it turned out he was just not even a secondary character. A villain. A double. Here we go. Can we get smooth enough to pull a 129? 4 laps left, and then we'll try out a lobby if I can get 3 or 4 people in the live chat to confirm that they'll make the lobby. And you guys can even drop what race you'd like to start on. Alright, so we got to get to this last section. 55 or 56 seconds if you really want to be fast on this race. Still not in the 56. 57.8, so this is going to be a very high 130. Dropped it in the second to make sure I wouldn't get any overturn, but did not. Oh, Watkins, yeah, that'd be interesting. Let's test out, where does this rev out? Can we get to 162? Alright, so 160, we got to shift. Ha! Okay, fair enough, Ronan. So that little section that we just did, so important. You fly through there, you straighten out the course, and maintain a high speed, because you'll lose so much time if you're not driving that section quickly. Full throttle through here. Let's see if we can pick up a position. Really, if we don't want our DR affected, you have to find some miracle speed and get into 8th position. That's not going to be an easy task based on where we are now. Maybe not a realistic task, but let's try. Hug the wall. Gap is not going in the right direction. 2 seconds behind now. Should have dropped it in the first, maybe very quickly, but earlier on to get more of that apex. Well, the fact that we haven't gotten into any major rumbles makes me think that we need to go with our consistent car. need to avoid all the trouble on lap 1. So back to the 911 for the end of the week. Not quite as high a rever as the Porsche 911 or the Nissan GTR. Hey, the Dark J! Thanks for making in, Dark J. Howdy, friends. Maybe you'll be in for some lobbies in 2 laps. Was a slow one. Missed the apex by a quarter mile, and that will affect the entire lap. And that's not going to help us out either. The C-League is just very fast on Deep Forest. Definitely going to have lobbies after this. The tires are starting to not grip as much as we slide across the track. That's a tire wear situation. Need to adapt the tires not being what they once were. Alright, final lap. Commencing in a moment, and we'll get the lobby started. Looks like Watkins got a veto, so throw out possibly another idea. Mr. Knight Rider Jim, good evening. Howdy, friends. Not risking going to the wall, like sliding into the wall, like we did last lap. Push it to the limit, a little practice and perseverance, stuck it through. Part of the learning experience, a few embarrassing laps, some mistakes made, that's part of the learning process. And my goodness, 127.6, very, very fast C lap time. Had a few 130s, and is that a 3-second or a 3-minute penalty at the end? I don't know. The big red bold letters makes me think it's 3 minutes, but I'm sure it's 3 seconds. Hey, redeemed. Good evening, good sir. God bless and thank you for making it in. Thank you for the support. Now let's go from thank you to the support to let me put on a nice, fun, safe lobby race. Last night had to boot someone out, a rando who's causing some trouble, but our C rating has gone down. So, 8, usually 8th and up. Your driver rating goes up, but being that this was a B driver and I guess he got beaten out by some C's, that wasn't great for his rating, but his safety rating went up, so it's still a win for him. Good job. And Pity a Fool with his 127, like 0.1 or something. Super fast lap. Great job, and he's a B racer. Okay, Mega Dad, good work. Nice to see this. People's safety ratings not going down. Congratulations. Nice, good, well-earned gold, silver, and bronze. I wasn't there, but I can still say that it's nice to see wins without the dirty safety rating. The dirty driving without the safety rating going down. All right, folks, get ready to put the pedal to the metal. If you haven't already joined us in a lobby, it's pretty simple. You just have to add me as a friend on the PSN network. It's bear_cuddles for you. Capital B, capital C. Sorry for the weird name. I did that as a joke name back when I was playing Red Dead Redemption with a good buddy of mine. Thought it'd be comical when people get roped up and thrown into a stream, a shallow stream, that it says, you know, you've been taken out by bear cuddles. All right, let's load some settings here. We got it preloaded. We finished up with Daytona last night. We did some chicken, death chicane, deep forest. I think we've all gotten a mouthful and a handful this week. Laguna Seca, I'd say that could be a great one. Maguire, Suzuka. Let's do Suzuka. We haven't done Suzuka in quite a while, and this is a track that does come up as a weekly race, and it hasn't come up in a while for the GR3 class, so who knows, maybe this is going to be next week's race. Let's get 6 laps in. Just make sure BOP is on. It is slowest first. Slips that. Let's change. Let's not have a qualifier. Let's just practice race. BOP is on. Good. Let's get down to business. Sony Hayes, good evening. Welcome back. Folks, make it in. It's under the JCCR banner. In the meantime, I'll be changing up my car. Oh, French car. Yeah, you're going to throw in the Peugeot. That makes sense. Folks, don't forget, make sure you've got your racing tires on. Hit that green check mark. Redeemed Creations. Yes, saying, what's up, Legends? What is up, Legend? Right back at you. And no, let's not start the race. Let's practice. 911, people are usually driving it on -1 to -5. I like to drive it at +2. For whatever reason, it just +2, +3 seems to just be my jam. Oh, this definitely does feel like a nice smooth race. It's like a day on the ski slopes. That nice back and forth. Follow all the tire marks on the track and you will have success. Full throttle, uphill, down this short straight. Third gear, second, back on the throttle nice and early, super smooth race, nice narrow alleys. Love the 911 here because the first gear is quite usable and not spinning out and sliding out using the first gear. Edward E., good evening. Are you making it into the lobbies? We'd love to have you. Love it when people come in and share some kindness, say hello to the community, say hello to the community members that you know and recognize. 5th gear all the way through here. And I had to lift off because I'm apparently not wearing my big boy pants. Must have forgotten to put my belt on. Smooth. fun, excellent race. Oh, Edward, sounds like a solid plan. Thank you for having us on in the background. Much appreciated. All right, we're up to 8. So I'm going to finish up 2 turns so that hopefully most everyone will have had practice on for 1 lap. So let's just get to the part where we climb up the hill, go down the straight, and make the quick, tight crossover. And full throttle all the way through here. There we go. That's how we're going to race that section where there's often a lot of crashes, a lot of bumping, spearing, and just over-torquing it off the track. We got our 8 racers. Perfect, actually, I find, for this race. 8 to 10. They're just going to make sure that everyone's hit that green button, and oh, was I ever wrong? So we've got a lot more than 8 racers, and that's fine. We've got 14. Okay, so let's... And now 15. We'll let Ashy, Larry... safe B driver get in. Let's just see if anyone's an A driver. I'm sorry, your excellence is going to be paid. You're going to pay for your excellence and be put a little lower so we all get a chance to see how you pass. We'll put slower drivers at the top. Put myself up a little higher here. Anyways, the 911, I could put myself in first and I'll be in 8th just because of launch problems. Dano, you're an excellent driver. Let's see how that works out. There we go. That makes sense. Start up the race. Anyways, the first 2 turns, things are going to shake out quite differently. Extra violence when you got this false grid start. But there's no ghosting, folks, so you're responsible for your driving. Responsible to avoid the car. It's part of the fun. I've cheated myself into starting in 4th place, but you'll see the 911 takeoff is not the fastest. Ooh, but I was naturally slow on top of it, but just the same. It's gonna start really picking up in 3rd for the 911, 3rd gear. Oh my goodness. There was no need for that hit. That was a straightaway hit. Oh, thank you very much. I think he rated just the same. Or he also got taken out. At least we have someone to race with. Folks, don't forget, if you haven't already done so, to check out Super Doofus's channel, Phil's GT as well. Check out Redeemed Creations and Dano. Give them a like and a subscribe. And we're just going to have to persevere, not give up. And I'm sure we'll pick up some positions here. Looks like this was a battlefield more than a racetrack. Savage may or may not have acted savagely. There's a YouTube channel for car reviews called Savage Keys. It's good. Oh, we needed that 2nd gear for proper rotation. Otherwise, we would have slid off the track. I think Savage probably went through in 3rd gear, and that's where it got him off track. Here, however, though, 5th gear, and you're going to be nice and safe. You just need to use the whole track. And maybe a quick lift. Let's see how lap 2 treats people. Turn 1 can be quite problematic, quite often. At the 50. And then braking right in this section. There we go. I can just avoid taking too much apex there and sliding out. Hey, Dano waited up for us. He wants to hang out and race together. Last night, actually, really appreciated Dano took the time to give me a little track guide around Red Bull Ring. It really improved my time there. Oh, hello everybody. Ooh, they did a great job avoiding me. Ricky Rez Racer, good evening. Love the logo you've got there. And really appreciate you sponsoring us. Thank you for becoming a member. I don't know if you did that on your own or if Philness gifted you the membership. But thank you, Philness. Thank you, Ricky Rez Racer. And thanks for making it in. So this week, last week was a huge week for the channel here because for the first time in little money box on the YouTube creators website, it actually had an amount. And that was due to Incognito, Ricky Rez Racer, and Super Doofus becoming members and all sorts of help from the community. People like Philness really helping out. Very nice logo. Very nice of them to make that for you. 202 being pulled off by Ashley Larry 23. Good work. 217. Oh, gotta bring this time down. Sorry, I went a little silent there, concentrating on such a lovely track. Easy to get kind of lost in the left, right, back and forth. Such a smooth track. I like to go through this section in third. Let me know if you're going through in fourth. Make sure we don't get caught up there. Taking a little too much outside turn and lost control last race, creating for a very slow lap. Ricky Rez Racer, if you want space, I'm sure someone's gonna mention that someone wasn't safe. I don't know who completely booted us off the track even before the turn, but I'd have no problem giving them the kick if I knew who it was. And of course, I always give, I know accidents do happen, so when it's one of the regulars, I'm not going to boot a regular. I'd have to really watch the replay and see that often a regular is really taking out other cars. Now let me know, was 6 laps an appropriate amount of laps for this race, or should we be racing more on 4 for this track? Because these are a little lengthier laps. 2-minute 2, 2-minute 10 is mostly where the lobby is going to be racing. Their lap times. Can't push it out any further than that. Alright, will we catch up? Mr. Biggs up front. racing quite well. I didn't realize this track was popular, popular to the point where everyone seems to be pretty darn quick on it. Now, if you're driving the Porsche 911 458 or Diablo, I find those cars in particular, when you got your rear wheels up on an elevated curb or in the grass, if you're hard on the throttle, even if your steering wheel is mostly straight, you risk having some serious problems. Follow that close through a turn, you kind of have the turn memorized, because we could not see what was going on, at least not in this view. And I do like to drive in what I consider is the ultimate sim racing, the truest sim racing view. We were patient, we waited, and now we'll get I think I'm going to do a bump draft here, work together. I'm not going to bump them at the end of the track though. Woo. Had to go pretty hard on the brakes there, didn't expect that much braking. Not ready for the takeover, and certainly don't want to do a takeout. Trying to find the window, the open door, but I am not finding the open door here. Maybe here if he overbrakes this section, and he does. So there's our open door. We'll carry some extra speed. There we go. We got our open door, and we took it. Gotta make sure, maybe ghosting, even when you have it on off, you gotta make sure the ghosting is off. I want to be in situations where if you're not careful and someone's parked in the middle of a curb and you drive into them, well, you're both gonna have a bad day. Crash avoidance is just part of the game. Should be, at least. Alright, maybe we can get into 8th before this is done. 1.7, 1.8 seconds behind. Well done, Ashy Larry 23. Impressive lap time. Time to take 8 for this, a little last lap exciting action. Hope everyone else's race is going well. I hope there hasn't been too much violence. If there has, if someone's been hitting you on the straightaways, or it looks like they gave you a deliberate spear into another stratosphere, let me know and we'll make room for other people wanting to get in. Oh, that was my chance to take it, and I have missed it. Missed that turn. Well done, Immortal Sam. Holding off and keeping me off of your back. There we go. We got a clean race. That's kind of the goal. Ricky Rez Racer, are you going to make it in? If so, let me know. You'll be there in 2 minutes, Super Doofus. Fantastic. And now's the time. If there is Sony Hayes making it from P8 to P4. Good job. Oh, Savage was spinning people. So the name was, well, Super Doofus is there. He's in. And Savage with the B rating. No surprise. Carrying your B well. Will be removed. Really well done, Ashy Larry. You destroyed out there. Let's see, where are you at? So for next race, you're gonna have to be a little lower and teach us, bypassing us. And any suggestions for races or options that you'd like to see here? Change grid, change event settings. Maybe a few less laps so we can get more races in. That way if you get booted and beaten into last place like we did lap 1, you don't have to run it out for 15 laps like Deep Forest. Is Sony Hayes. I will not be doing night Le Mans, but thank you for the suggestion. Le Mans is probably my most embarrassing race. I fall asleep on the straightaways and drive full speed into the walls at the end of the straightaway. And let's see, where is ghosting at? We want to check out ghosting. Car collision penalty off. Ghosting was off, so interesting how that works. Yeah, Seca, let's do it. Ronan, great idea. Plus, we talked about it last night. I think I said, yeah, let's do Laguna Seca next lobby race. Laguna Seca Raceway it is. Oh, Spa. Spa is fantastic. Yeah, we can do Spa after. It's a good good secondary there. JCCR Ronan writing, God bless and peace be with you. Absolutely, brother. God bless and peace be with you as well. Hopefully peace will be with all of us on the racetrack. Also, folks, don't forget, get your car settings. Just because it's a US track doesn't mean you have to drive a US car. But we always have the big buff Mustang as backup here. So this is the list of cars that we do have. The 911 being my favorite. We have a real one over at Johnny's Car Can Reviews. We also have a Shelby GT350, which is an absolute ball to drive. One of the best sounding engines ever. Mind you, the V12 Ferrari is one of the like $500,000 or $600,000 Ferraris. Came by the dealership and just blew the doors off of the cars on the lot when it took off out of the parking lot. Still in the parking lot, but we got a really wide alley, and that thing just sounded absolutely incredible. So as we wait for people like me to hit that green check mark, Ricky Rez Racer made it in. Right on. Fantastic. And we'll wait for Jay Rizzo. In the meantime, we'll do maybe a half lap or a lap. Super Doofus, I will try to check your car, absolutely. Right before starting the race, I'll go into spectate mode and check you out there, buddy. Alright, I think I remember this race. As always, it's all about catching the apexes. about not eating that speed bump for breakfast. Haven't raced Laguna Seca in a little while, and it shows. There we go. Let's go check out Super Doofus's car. Looking very good, Knight Rider Jim. Solid stuff. Blitz King over here. The Stig. Floyd, the Dark Boy J. Very nice. Super Doofus, you're in the Mustang. Fantastic. Looking good. You know what? If you're going to drive the Mustang, I'll join you, buddy. Team Mustang here. We've got an amazing livery on this car for the team. Just make sure you got your racing softs on. So right there you can see I'm always saying it, and for the first time it actually pays off. So folks, check your tires. Starting it up in 10 seconds. Okay, the Stig, is that even? Okay, the Stig, it does have a proper car. Ash Larry, you are extremely fast. So, sorry, but you gotta go at the bottom. You had the fastest lap by a good amount, I believe, last race. So let's have you pass everyone, and we'll learn as you pass us. And I think that was just a major one. Put Tom up way higher. Oops, I started the race. Oh no, good. Okay, so Tom, let's get you near the top. You're, I believe, still a D-racer. Yeah, that's Ricky. Well, that's good enough. We'll see what happens on the takeoff. Sony Hayes live on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. Eight seconds. Let's get down, put the pedal to the metal. Hope you're all ready to get the pedal to metal. Laguna Seca. Not the widest track, a bit of a shorter track, and we're a full house here. Yeah, I hear you, Ronan. I'm pretty rusty on this track as well. And why not throw in a different car than usual? Oh, it's gonna get wild in turn one. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. Beastmaster with a 5-second penalty before. Yeah, that's likely a kick situation. So we'll have to remember Beastmaster is being an absolute beast. Oh, it's L Beastmaster. Oh, did a little extra slowdown so I didn't accidentally spear into Jay Rizzio. Ooh, it's a jungle out here. So far, the Mustang really well suited to Laguna Seca. Surprise, surprise. sorry, I'm gonna drive off the track because I was absolutely in the wrong place there. Oh, Dark J Boo, sorry, I'm gonna wait for you. Oh, I'm not gonna block you though. Get out of the way here. And gonna let Dark J by here because I made a oopsie doopsie. Viper is well suited for this track as well. Corvette, Viper, fantastic, but I'm surprised the Mustang is this good on the track. It's pretty darn good. I'm liking the Mustang a lot at Laguna Seca. Solid stuff. High revving 5-liter engine, Coyote engine, I'm going to assume. I certainly hope Ford would be using the Coyote engine, especially that it's an engine that can take so much power, so much boost. And Blitz King with the fastest lap so far. Whopping 8 seconds faster, but I had a crash lap. Okay, so too early on the acceleration for the Mustang there. It's not just going to rip it and grip it. Very nice at that high-speed turn. Right through the corkscrew. Sometimes wants to slide off the track though, but other than that, once we've got the car kind of down to muscle memory, could use a little more brakes, but I do have brake balance at 4. So that we can definitely work on. Let's try it at 2. Not stick through the corners the way the 911 does, that's for sure. I feel you can go through corners faster before you start to slide in the 911. There we have it. Let's see how it shook out at the top of the pack. You know how it shook out at the bottom of the pack. Up 4 positions. Dano, how did your race go there? And any reporting of excessively dirty drivers, let me know. reminding everyone to have a clean race. That was a nice little quick one. JCCR Ronan saying that hurt his feelings. Yeah, I know the feeling. That was a painful one for me. And yeah, absolutely. The Dark J-Boo saying, not gonna lie, the lobby is a bit bumpy. Yeah, Beastmaster, yeah, I noticed that as well. So getting the report of saying, please kick Beastmaster. So I think he was almost being pretty consistent. If you're not an S driver, you probably at least A. All right, so that should clean things up a little. Let's try that again. Start up the race, folks. A few less cars, I believe. Yeah, 12. It's going to be a little easier. It's going to make a little bit more sense. Oh, B. Williams, sorry I didn't have a chance to get you to the bottom. I saw that once the countdown was already down. And yes, we'll see. It's 10:30. Let's see if after this race, if everyone's up to Spa. Hopefully Peacemaker is into making peace. Just took a car out hard. Watch out, buddy. You gotta ideally have your radar on, so you keep a little eye on it. So, and if you are coming back on the track, watch out when you come back on the track not to take someone out in the process. All right, lap one is tricky either way when you got so many cars on so little track. Doing my best to avoid other cars. Sony. Yeah, it's a bit of a bumpy, maybe Laguna Seca isn't suited for even 12 racers. I'm getting a little bit bumped even on the straightaways. Laguna Seca is turning out to be more of a survival race than a craftsmanship race. But JCCRJ Rizio doing a great lap time. Solid work. Yeah, 131 on lap one with all that bumping is fast considering, well, we start on a complete standstill. By the beginning of the lap, it's a standstill. And then it was a complete Call of Duty racing race fest. Okay, we got 1.2 seconds to catch up. We'll be having a nice little back and forth with Irving up ahead. Not sure what flag that is. Mexican flag, I believe. Trying to hold it together. Oh, will there be bumping up ahead? Oh, good. It looks like they're going to have a clean race, no crashing. Oh, good job, Irving. Leaving, not deliberately pushing Jay Rizzo off the track and then tucking behind him for the slipstream. That is actual racecraft. There we go. The Mustang had trouble in that section, and here the 911 we just power into the pedal and just keeps on sticking, and the engine keeps on ticking. All direct injection engines actually do tick, but there's a healthy tick and an unhealthy tick you got to watch out for. So if you're buying a used car, don't just assume if they say, oh no, the ticking's normal, that's the direct injection. Yes, it is. A low-level ticking is normal, but loud ticking is not. It can be a problem, a symptom of a major problem with the engine. Oh no, I'm needing to jump out of the way here. Almost rear-ended Jay Rizzo, so took the turn really late to avoid contact. Ash Larry with a very distracting rear end. I'm sorry, Ash Larry, that is all me. Go right ahead. That's my mistake. Oh, and I forgot, that's right, ghosting is off, even though we sometimes see it at play. Sorry about that contact, Ash Larry. Sudip is saying, you tried to go wide in turn one and everyone followed you. Yeah, now that was wild. All right, so let's do one race at Spa. A lot more space, a much longer track, and it will handle all these racers quite a bit better. Folks, do try to remember, do your absolute best to have a clean, contact-free race. Hit it down to 3 laps. Oh, Sony, I appreciate that. Thank you. You did hit me on the straightaway. It made me a little red, but I don't think you did it deliberately. You probably just didn't see me. I was in your blind spot. I need to run for a human pit stop. Folks, get a nice little lap in. I'm going to throw it on spectate. Oh no, Jay Rizzo saying he got rizzled. Well, it looks like this loading might take just a moment, so let's let it load up. I'll be right back. Alright, lobby just died, so I will exit out. Sorry folks, don't know what's going on with Gran Turismo 7. It's not on my end. I've got really good internet connection here. So you can find it up on Spa here. Number of laps. Just make sure ghosting is off. Server was acting up earlier, reported by Ronan. Thank you very much, Ronan. Maybe the server is going to be good now, and if not, it should be. It's going to be good. It's going to work out. There we go. We are up and running. Pick your car, pick your tires, get ready to race. And I find the 911 is just so perfectly suited for this race. Oh, it's fixed the lobby title. Yeah, I haven't done it for all of them. Oh, thank you for the reminder. So it's and hashtag 18. All right, I'll check that out. So let's go do that right now. Oh, I guess now, though, I cannot. It's too late to change the title. We'll get it for next time. I'm not going to just restart because it's going to kick everyone else out. But Dom hit that green check mark, and we're at 12. So hit it soon, so we can have a race of just 12. All right, Super Doofus, where did Super Doofus go? Make sure you're still in. Now let's see, B Racers, Ronan, Medicine, Williams, Ronan, Medicine, and Williams. Williams asked to be at the bottom earlier. Medicine is top dog as well. Ronan is a top dog for sure. I'm just a C racer, so I'll put myself here in 5th. Jay Rizio, big time top dog. Get you a little lower here on the list. Giving my fellow teammates a hard time here. And there we go. We're all ready to race. Let's get the pedal to the metal. Folks, don't forget, have a clean race. So nice, I have to say it twice. Maybe even a third time. Alright, let's get the brake balance just right. Oh, the semicolon is needed. Okay, so because I did not realize we needed the semicolon as well. And remind me what that does. That's so our chat shows up in a certain color. Radar's on, so I'm able to successfully avoid the other cars on the track. Oh my goodness. Medicine coming back on track. 8 our door. people, when you come back on track, try not to take the cars out. You can't just spear back onto the track. If possible, please. Alright, so we're doing Spa. It's not at night, because who wants them to work at night? Nice, bright, sunny day, and hopefully the racing will be bright and sunny as well, as we're still jumbled together-ish. So lap 2, turn 1 is going to be interesting, possibly very interesting all over again. Oh my goodness, huge pile up behind us. That's going to be unfortunate for everyone in 7th and on. Alright, you can see the whole top of the pack. Only 3.1 seconds behind come lap 2, so interesting race this is going to be. Collision between 4th and 5th means that we should be brake glued to these cars at the end of the straightaway. That was not pretty. Completely missed the apex. Not the goal when you don't have anyone close behind you. 3rd for proper rotation. And even in 4th, we can catch that apex pretty easily. Quick little braking. Hang out in 2nd here for a moment. Little braking, great. Ooh, should have been a lot more braking before the apex, before the outside of the turn there, before turning in. So cut to that corner pretty hard. Sony Hayes saying he had a great first lap. Sounds like there was a major crash at the end of the first lap. I'm wondering if I'm going to assume you're a part of that. I'm not paying attention to my own racing. Sorry, I should have been in 5th for that last turn. Top lap time. That's going to be awfully tough. Maybe squeeze out a 221, not on this lap there. It's like made on turn 1. Mazda, guys, that's a Mazda coming in hot and fast. Yep. Screaming Mazda. Got a nice little race, end of race with B. Williams here. Oh, and he just completely takes off. Good work. He's illustrated quite well how to do that turn. I believe he's an A racer. A or a very quick B. Good job, B. Williams. Without having that gap increase too badly. Always fun doing these lobbies with better drivers because you can learn a lot just by following. Full throttle through that turn. Never lift off if you're on the apex. Oh, he ends up closing up the gap. Fantastic. Fun at Spa 24-hour layout. Alright, so I can see at the top it's at #18, but I didn't get the little semicolon. Sony Hayes, have a great evening. Thanks for coming in and racing. So the semicolon, Super Doofus. Remind me what adding that semicolon is going to do. I think the other day I pulled it off and it was just the chat on to the side was in color. Lots of fun, B. Williams. Yeah, a bit of dirt. Well, report, and I will... Makes it red. Okay, report, and I will gladly kick anyone out who's been driving filthy, dirty style. Knight Rider Jim saying, make your lobby label red. Can I do it now? That's the thing. Here's the thing. I go here and I don't see where I can change the name. I think I have to kick everyone out for them to then come back. So let's work on that. I'm gonna kick everyone out off air or out of the live stream to get it up and ready for tomorrow night. So folks, Friday friend night, don't forget it. Yeah, this was training for dailies because it wasn't wildly dirty, but it was a little dirty. We got a little mud on the tires for sure there. So folks, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Really blessed to have you along for the ride, folks. Friday nights, Friend Fridays, we're gonna get into some races. Be here for 9:30. And instead of restarting it's 11 o'clock here, and I've had a huge week, but tomorrow, Friday night, we can get on, we can have some fun. See you then, folks. God bless everyone, Godspeed, and I wish you all more cars and more power. I do hope you get to put the pedal metal on a car that you love sometime real soon. If it's not in the real world, that's okay. This is still my favorite way to race and drive, even though in the real world, over at Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, we're long-term testing our personal 2017 GT350. That's a Shelby Mustang GT350, absolute beast with the flat plane crank V8. As well as a 1999 Porsche 911, a 1991 Toyota MR2. That's on its fourth engine. I haven't had very good luck with Toyota MR2s. This is the fourth one that I've owned. I've had alternator issues with sensors, shift cables, all sorts of stupidly expensive stuff that should be really inexpensive, but gotta get this 20 million. I'm liking this McLaren. Ooh, nice. GTO the Judge. So good night. Yes, absolutely, Dano. Thank you for making it in. Thank you for sharing some kindness with little good night crew. Let's just end it on a positive note. Isn't it nice that we can play a race game and acquire all the cars we'd love to own in the real world? Thank you, GT7. It's okay to bring us SUVs, but make sure to continue to bring us incredible, historic, legendary, and absolute beast race cars. Folks, Thanks for helping this channel grow. Thank you for getting us to almost 1,000 subscribers. Let's try to get it to 1,000 subscribers. All I need on your end for that is hit that thumb button. It's all that I ask for now. Folks, take care. Have a great day. Stay positive, be kind, and see you tomorrow night. This is the goal. Win up all the cars and get more cars and more power, and I can't do that without more subscribers. Have a great night, folks. Good luck tomorrow.